Good, happy Saturday morning, April 6, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, body of man, dog found in icy lake in Molinborough. Police believe man fell through while trying to rescue pet. A man from Molinborough and his dog died after falling through the ice on a pond, according to police. Friday morning, officers were asked to conduct a welfare check on a resident who had not been heard from since Thursday afternoon. Police and neighbors began to search the area, and a suspicious hole was found in the ice on Meeting House Pond, about 50 yards from the shore, with dog and human tracks in the area. Rescue teams were called in, and the bodies of the man and the dog were both discovered. Investigators said they believe the man had taken his dog for an evening walk Thursday when the dog walked onto the ice and fell through. They believe the man tried to rescue his dog and broke through the ice himself. The name of the man was not released. Wanted man arrested after standoff in Belmont. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltate's, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltate's Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Also tonight, a man wanted on several warrants under arrest after a standoff in Belmont. An officer tried to pull over Stephen Farashidyan of Laconia around 3 this afternoon. After pulling into a driveway, police say he sped off. Officers soon found the car abandoned outside a home on Laconia Road. Police say the suspect refused to come out of that house and was found hiding in the basement just after 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Crews battle structure fire in New Market. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
At Beltate's, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltate's Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
This is the raging fire recorded by one witness. He tells News 9 he called emergency crews and made sure everyone was safely out before capturing these flames at the Great Hill Terrace on Gordon Avenue in Newmarket.
Boom!
You heard a boom?
Yes!
Neighbor Richard McIntosh says it erupted quickly.
All I see is smoke, black smoke, and I see flames.
We arrived on scene to find flames from the rear of the building extending into the structure.
Firefighters from surrounding towns converged on the complex, concerned the fire could spread in the wind.
There are concerns today with the weather, especially with the Class 3 fire danger of it spreading, and the winds were certainly an issue, as well as the time of day with kids getting out of school. There are a lot of children around, so we definitely had concerns for this fire.
Everyone got out safely, but 10 to 12 people are now displaced. Firefighters say 4 units are damaged, 2 severely by fire, 2 others with smoke and water. The focus of the fire investigation is behind one of the homes, and while there's a lot of damage, firefighters say quick action prevented something more devastating.
This had to be a potential for a much worse fire than it was.
And the Red Cross did come in here to help people find temporary housing while fire investigators try to pinpoint exactly what caused this fire. Live in Newmarket tonight, Jean Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Anti-Semitic obscene vandalism found at Jaffrey Playground, police say. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
At least one swastika remains on the slide at Hummiston Playground in Jaffrey. It's one of 14 discovered on Wednesday.
I thought that it was disgusting, that it needed calling out, that it could not be ignored.
According to police, the word Nazi was also written in black marker, along with what investigators describe as obscene characters and sexual phrases.
Hate speech against any minority is hate speech against a whole community.
Melanie Zalman McDonald takes her kids to this playground. She is also the executive director of the Jewish Federation of New Hampshire.
I'm concerned. It's hard to say if this is just a bunch of misfits who are running amok or if this is, a bigger problem.
Police are looking for the public's help identifying who is behind the hateful messages. Zalman McDonald says the Federation is prepared to offer education.
Whether they understood the full gravity of it or not, because I think, hopefully it will bring them to a deeper understanding and create a closer-knit community for all of us.
The Parks and Rec Department was able to remove most of the images.
I just hope that that Jews and non-Jews all around New Hampshire will take a moment to reflect on this situation and to think about what they can do in their own communities to bring people together to avoid things like this from happening.
Week, there was vandalism discovered at the old St. Patrick's School building in Jaffrey. Police say young kids were behind that and that these incidents are not connected.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Woman found dead inside Londonderry home identified. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
Goodale's Bike Shop is New England's largest bicycle store. April 4th through the 15th, we are celebrating our 100th anniversary with store-wide savings on bicycles and accessories. Over 3,000 bicycles ready to roll. We guarantee you smiles for miles. Goodale's Bike Shop, the right bike, the right fit, right now.
Neighbors are wondering what happened inside this home on West Road in Londonderry. The State Police Major Crime Unit truck in the driveway as investigators took pictures and collected evidence.
When I was pulling down West Street, I just saw all the blue lights. I saw the state police. I saw the big truck that they had.
Some neighbors who did not want to go on camera say a man and woman with 2 kids live at this house and have been here for several years. They tell News 9 the people kept to themselves.
There's never any problems around this neighborhood. This area, Londonderry, is a great neighborhood.
Late Friday evening, the Attorney General's office identified the woman as 41-year-old Maureen Argy.
At this point, it's an active and ongoing suspicious death investigation.
Authorities are stressing it's early in its investigation, and they expect to release more information. At this point, they can't say whether there is any threat to the public.
Witness interviews still need to be conducted, still sorting out what exactly happened with respect to the suspicious death.
Neighbors are hoping for answers soon.
Surprising, very quiet area. You know, very peaceful. I don't think anybody's used to hearing this type of thing.
An autopsy was done today on Argy's body, but those results have not been released. Meanwhile, this investigation remains active, and anyone with any information is asked to call state police. Reporting live in Londonderry, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Alexandria home invasion arrest raises questions about bail reform. Let's go to WMUR Tim Callery with this report.
Do you need a new roof but think you can't afford it? Our average customer pays $7,500 for a total roof replacement, and we have finance plans with payment options under $150 per month. Call today. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Matthew Gedney was one of two people allegedly involved in an armed home invasion in Alexandria on Thursday. The 36-year-old was just arrested last month by Goffstown police for resisting arrest and prowling. Gedney already had a lengthy criminal record and several outstanding warrants. But despite that, he was released on no cash bail.
To be released on zero cash bail was, as I mentioned before, was a head scratcher, because certainly this, in our experience, this is somebody that shows no attempt on coming back for their hearing.
Chief Robert Brown from Goffstown says police departments used to provide input to the bail commission before someone was released.
We used to be able to have some prevailing arguments with them on that, and with the new bail reform, it's out of the question. It's not even something that's taken into consideration any longer.
One reason why he thinks the law should be changed. But supporters say reform has major benefits.
Now prosecutors can seek to detain anyone pretrial without bail by proving dangerousness. And yes, they do have to have a showing of dangerous. They can't just claim it.
The ACLU says it's also necessary to prevent people from being stuck in jail just simply because they can't afford to make bail.
People who are detained pretrial, you could go 6 months to a year incarcerated. Before your trial, you haven't been convicted of anything. You're still presumed innocent, and yet you're behind bars.
Now, currently there's a bill circulating up at the State House that would tweak this bail reform law. As for Gedney, he is being held without bail in connection to the Alexandria case. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Here's how the battle for Trump's tax returns could play out. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
New fresh beef quarter pounder deluxe or bacon. 2 new ways to leave you speechless. Pair it with any size soft drink for just $1.
Now we move on to Washington. House Democrats are demanding 6 years of President Trump's tax returns. I want to bring in Karen Travers at the White House. Karen, the president says he may not cooperate, but does he have a choice? I mean, he has to, right?
No, he doesn't. This could go to court. He doesn't. He's not required under law to release these tax returns. He didn't have to as a candidate, and he doesn't have to as president. And the president certainly last night was signaling he's not going to comply. And he cited again that he is undergoing an audit, which he has been for the last couple of years. The IRS, Kimberly, hasn't confirmed or denied that audit, so it's just the president saying that. But that's always been the reason why he said he could not put out these returns. Now, we're going to see a likely battle over this between the House Democrats, the Ways and Means Committee that has requested from the IRS these tax returns, and the president and his lawyers. They have asked the IRS, the Democrats have, to turn all of this over by April 10th. That's just next week. That is unlikely to happen. So now the question will be, when that deadline comes and goes, what does the House committee do, and what does the White House and their lawyers do in response? This could be something that plays out for a while.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. We appreciate those updates.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. We'll have to see what happens. And now let's take a look at your events happening today in New Hampshire. Patterns in Wood Works by New Hampshire Furniture Master at 8:30 a.m. in Concord, New Hampshire. Sketch Comedy Class 2019 at New Hampshire Theatre Project at 5 p.m. in Portsmouth. Restaurant Week Spring, 12 o'clock this afternoon in Portsmouth. It's the last day of it. New Hampshire Craft Beer Week at 11 o'clock a.m. in Concord. Danforth Bay 5K Triple Play Walk/Run, 8 o'clock a.m. in Freedom. Ribbon Signs Luther at 7:30 p.m. in Plymouth. Rake Egg Workshop AM class, 9 o'clock a.m. in Meredith. And it's also at 1:30 p.m. as well. Open Paint, 10 o'clock a.m. in Bedford. Sea Glass Art Creation, 6 p.m. in Bedford. Spring Craft Fair, 9 o'clock a.m. in Windham. Photography Workshop, Long Exposure Light Painting, 7:30 p.m. in Holderness. Pointy Theatre premieres Tale of New England Life, The Stories of Alice Brown, 3 p.m. in Portsmouth. Chekhov Acting Technique Group Workshop and Private Coaching, 9:30 a.m. in Portsmouth. New Shang Circus, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. in Manchester. Lou Sugar Run Powwow, 10 o'clock a.m. in Tilton. The 16th Annual Chili Cook-Off, 11 o'clock a.m. in North Conway. Barbie's Auto and Jupiter Symphony at 8 p.m. in Nashua. Suicide Prevention Train, the train for... Sorry about that. The train for young adults at 8:30 a.m. at Revere University. The Manchester Vintage Market at Noah's Venue at 9 o'clock a.m. Spring Craft Fair, Windham High School at 9 o'clock a.m. Sorry about that, everyone. Freelance Writing Workshop at Noki's S. Loeb School of Communication, 9 o'clock a.m. Concord TV Easter Extravaganza at Barker Shrine Center at 9 o'clock a.m. Fine Art Facility Show, St. Paul's School at 9 o'clock a.m. And those are all the events happening today in New Hampshire. And that is it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Give me 1 minute, everyone. Sorry about that, everyone, my allergies are bugging me this morning. So that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you back here later on today, and I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.